Welcome back. The best curlers in the world are competing on Vancouver Island in the Ford World Men's Curling Championship, and that's where we find Myra live tonight with sports.
Yeah, that's right, AJ. We have the best curlers in the world that are here in Victoria for this week, and people are being treated to definitely some world-class curling. You know what? Not a lot of people knew who the Brad Jacobs rink was before the young man out of Sault Ste. Marie won the Brier a few weeks back, but they are definitely leaving their mark on this tournament. They are the only undefeated team, running their unbeaten record to 4-0 after this afternoon's victory over the Swiss.
Curling,
yes, the Canadians had the morning off after handing Scotland their first loss of the tournament last night in the late draw. Now Canada built up a 3-1 lead in the fourth, and then how about this shot coming up from the skipper? Jacobs plays his shooter off the rock that's lying in the house. He's able to play the double takeout. Now he's lying too, forcing the Swiss skip to draw for the single, but not enough mustard on that shot. Canada steals two. They cruise from there. The two teams were shaking hands after 8 ends. 7-2 was the final. Canada looks to run their unbeaten streak to 5 games. Tonight, they face Team USA. Well, a lot of teams have found success here in Victoria, one of them being the David Murdoch rink from Scotland. He kind of made his debut on the world stage back here in 2005, finished the silver medalist, losing to Randy Ferbey in the final. A lot of curlers find success on the ice. David Murdoch has found success off the ice in BC as well.
It's just a real nice place, and weather's great, and it just feels, yeah, it's just a great destination at curl.
Final stone from David Murdoch.
It was in Victoria that Scotland's David Murdoch came crashing onto the world curling scene. In 2005, he was runner-up to Randy Ferbey's championship ring.
We learned a lot from that, and we took that into the next 4 or 5 years, and it was a great experience.
Murdoch captured the world title the very next year, and once more in 2009. He represented Scotland at 2 Olympic Games. Murdoch didn't find success on the ice during the 2010 Olympics, but off of it, he found love.
It was definitely love at first sight. Yeah, absolutely.
How did you guys meet in 2010?
Oh, that would be telling.
Just bumped into each other, really, yeah. So just with all the excitement, the Olympics and everything, that was pretty magical.
It wasn't long after the meeting that the Duncan girl left Vancouver Island and headed for the Highlands. This is the first time Stephanie's come home in almost 2.5 years.
It's really nice to get back here and see everybody and watch the love of my life compete for the gold there.
Oh, it's amazing what comes from curling, really. You know, I met my wife. You never thought you'd play in the Olympic Games. You never think you'd be a world champion. You never think you meet all the people that you do and the friends that you get, and it's just a terrific sport, and that's why I love it so much.
And the Scots love their curling. The Tartan Army isn't hard to spot or hear.
They're quite the Tartan Army up there, you know, so it's they're making plenty of noise, and they've got song sheets and all sorts of things going on up there.
Do you sing and cheer for Canada when they're not playing Scotland?
We clap politely. That's the done thing.
And if Murdoch keeps winning, the Scots keep singing. With Stephanie watching from the stands, David pulled out a convincing 7-3 victory over the Czech Republic in the morning draw and sits near the top of the leaderboard.
We're making noises for going for the 1-2, and if we can get in that 1-2, we'll have a great chance of you know, hanging around at the end of the week.
All right, there's Brad Jacobs. Team Canada rank all alone atop the standings with a 4-0 start. China's only loss came against Canada. They're tied for second with Sweden at 4-1. Norway and Scotland are both 3-1. Denmark rounds out the top 6 at 2-2. Well, if you were here in 2005, you may have remembered Team Norway. And of course, we all know who they are here this time because they're the guys with the crazy pants. Well, Paul Trulson was the skip back in 2005, and he's back here with the crazy pants rink. You're not wearing any crazy pants today, but you're a team leader this time. Welcome back to Victoria. Is it nice to be back?
Thank you. Always nice to be here. There seems to be summer every time we're here.
Yeah, it's very nice of you to bring this weather. Is it like this in Norway?
I think we got about -5 right now.
So not quite the same.
Absolutely not.
All right, Team Norway, always a fan favorite here. Well, first of all, Paul, how did the pants come about? How did those crazy pants come about?
Well, it was we got our playing uniform before the Olympics in Vancouver, and the team thought it was kind of dull, so they looked at the internet for crazy pants, and then they find the loudmouth pants.
And the team did very well in Vancouver, a silver medalist.
Yes, they won silver medal.
And that's the team that's here right now and obviously hoping for gold this time here in Victoria?
Yes, that's our final goal, yes, of course. And yeah, they lost the final against Kevin Martin in Vancouver.
And who's your biggest competition here this week, Paul?
Canada is always the favorite in every World Championship. Scotland looks pretty sharp. Sweden are good. China playing well. So it's a lot of competition here. It's going to be a tough time to be there in the end of the week at the playoffs.
All right, and it's going to be a great week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And if you want to check Canada and Norway, big game coming up tomorrow in the 7 p.m. draw. You'll want to be here to see that. Crazy pants and the red and white and all. Okay, let's talk a little bit of hockey. This is usually where the Victoria Royals play. Now, no team is more dangerous in the playoffs than a team that is playing with nothing to lose, and that is the Victoria Royals. Of course, they have been the underdogs in this series with Kamloops, but they forced a Game 6 tonight, which will take place at Bear Mountain Arena after a big 4-2 victory in Kamloops over the weekend.
Everybody's in good spirits, and right now all the pressure is on Kamloops, and we're just loose, and we're alive, and we're breathing, and we're ready to go again tonight.
Bear Mountain Arena is the Royals' home away from home, and they've made it a tough building to play in. The Royals have won Game 3 at home. They lost a heartbreaker in overtime in Game 4. A win tonight would tie this series up and send it back to Kamloops for a one-game deciding winner-take-all Game 7.
Well, we've been the underdogs the whole time. I think there's no pressure on us at all. We're just going to play, and we're just going to see what happens.